My Discord. Hey, congratulations to everybody. I'm sure you're very happy. Dr. H is very happy too. Sure, we all could have made more. Okay, if some of us sold some things today or did whatever, but hey, there's going to be opportunity to re-enter. Okay, and if you made money, you made money, right? So just let's gotta be positive, and that'll discipline some to leave some runners. You gotta leave your toes in the water sometimes. We're always afraid of downside, and whether it's Ryan Cohen diluting, where we're kind of not trained, but we always think, all right, when's the pullback? Like when? But every now and then, we get this volume, and volume is increased. Okay, so we have to, prepare for more, and look for another opportunity for reentry, etc. But right now we're looking at the 4 hour. Okay, after hours is moving around a bit here, 3150 right now, etc. But let's look left. Okay, so this is after earnings, or before earnings, I should say. Um, which right now, super solid 4 hour candles here, by the way. Um, but let's look left. Let's look left and see where there is a gap. Okay, around 32 and change. Where's that low on the wick? Low, 32.19. Okay. So we have that over there. There's there's a chance, guys. There's a chance that this gap gets filled. Is it tomorrow? Could be. That's being super positive. Could it be next week? If the cat is rustling around on X, maybe he has a return planned over the weekend. Tomorrow could be a tweet in 5 minutes from now, or it could be at 4:20. Right now it's 4:16 while recording. Time's down here in case you're ever curious. This is East Coast, so anyways, I don't want to get too side railed on myself, but this is the area that I call it a shelf. Um, right after the big long candles, you look for others prior to it, and this is that shelf that we need to get through. I think I mentioned that in the Discord when someone mentioned it, like a target up earlier. That was like my first. I think I mentioned a shelf. Pretty sure I did. That shelf should be somewhere in this price range that I mentioned. Um, but above that is a gap that needs to get filled at some point. And well, it could be, it could gap up as well. It could gap up over that. And then maybe we hit a high, and then could it come back? Like, see, I'm already thinking retracement too, but anything could happen, guys. Like the RSI, this is the 4 hour. It's getting pretty up there. So I'd be expecting something, some kind of retracement soon. Okay. I don't know how soon or when, while this thing's still going nuts. Daily still didn't even break into the bull zone yet. This is the daily RSI. Beautiful daily candle there, by the way. So we have things to look forward to, and perhaps that gap, okay? Or also, ways to think of re-entry, okay? If GameStop does have a retracement, or it comes back to test a special number, like so far we blew through 30. Didn't think that was even going to be possible. I thought we did have like a little bit of resistance, and then it went through. But like we know where the resistance was this whole time. So with this giant candle here, we can see GameStop continue on and perhaps fill the gap that we saw on the 4 hour there. Completely possible to fill this bad boy. And from there, Lord only knows, one cat tweet can send it to other numbers. I'm not going to turn on the drawings right now because it's going to be a mess. But I wanted to show you this with a clear and concise thought process that eventually it will have to, test somewhere for support. And perhaps getting above this shelf first, getting to previous resistance, and then coming back. That would be, I'm just thinking about it. It could also create a giant cup and handle, a giant one. Now, like that would be a good measurable cup and handle, going back to, basically January all the way to June, 6 months, nearly June, 6 months time, okay? Form that handle right at this shelf. I'm just thinking out loud. And then from there, having, second chance for re-entry with a localized short-term top, you know. It could it go higher? Absolutely. The thing could get crazy. GameStop could get crazy with one cat tweet. And then, the whole cup and handle, future cup and handle would be out the window. But who would care at that point? If, but I'm just stating some things. And I think that's about it. Other time frames, they're just looking great. Everything's looking great. RSI might have to cool off tomorrow in the 5-minute, especially with whatever's going on after hours here, coming back down a bit to 31 now as we're just recording. So have your expectations tempered, and be ready for tomorrow. See what gets thrown at us. Okay, we might see even some pullback tomorrow, depending on how things are truly lying. The options market at 9:30 is when things really get going. And so pre-market, post-market right now, other than any kind of news announcements, just, it's in volatility mode essentially. So just let it do what it's going to do. Everything's out of our hands right now, essentially, right? Okay. All right, guys, I'll end the video here, get this posted to the Discord, and maybe I'll upload it to YouTube. So hello, YouTube as well, and X. Maybe not X. I have no clue. Either way, guys, it doesn't matter. This is just a forward, inside thought of what I think is forming here. And so even you could see inverse head and shoulders as well. So if this takes us to a 1-to-1, 1-0-1, that's all entirely possible. 1-0-1. We could see that. Very possible. And then if I go into the truly deep dive, I think this is a giant inverse head and shoulder. And we've talked about this in the Discord as well, as this could possibly start branching higher and, well, basically not exactly mirroring or doing symmetrical stuff, but it could follow this and even get up there. So this is May of last year, just for the reference, okay? The peak. And this is the January 2021. So do you see that giant inverse head and shoulder? It could be a giant cup and handle too. It depends on how you look at it and how things are measured. Is it still bullish? Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, yes, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all had a great afternoon. Made some money today, let's hope, right? And from there, you look for other opportunities. That's what this is all about, guys. Okay? That's the number one. Green, good. Find another time and go green again. That's the hope for potential. All right, guys. Thanks so much again. Dr. H.